Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the Mitsubishi Mirage G4. We'll look at the interior, exterior, some of the trim level specifics, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. All right, so now we're behind the wheel of the Mitsubishi Mirage G4, and there's 4 different trim levels. So this one's gonna be the BE or the Black Edition. So it's just a second trim level down from the top. But really, if you're looking at this, we have the ES, the LE, the BE, and then the top tier, which is gonna be the SE trim level. So there is a little bit different equipment. I think the Black Edition is kind of the sweet spot. It gives you just enough good stuff inside, yet it adds a little bit of sportiness to the exterior. So before we even get going too much, got my phone with me as we always do, and I've got it plugged in down here because that gives me Apple CarPlay as well. You can do Android Auto in this model. So it's just a small 7-inch touchscreen, but it works really well. It's actually a very responsive system. Google Maps, text messaging, Spotify, everything is built right into there. And when your phone's plugged in, you're not messing with it when you're out on the go. So for now, we'll touch on it a little bit more, but let's put it in drive, go for a spin around. Now, what powers the Mitsubishi Mirage is going to be a 1.2 liter 3-cylinder. Now, you're not going to win any races with this vehicle, but you are going to win at the gas pump because this gets 41 miles per gallon on the highway, and you're looking at about 37 mpg combined. So that's pretty impressive out of this little 3-cylinder. But I mean, if you put your foot down, kind of just winds up and goes. You know, for the most part, I figure I'd rather have good fuel economy than maybe a turbocharged engine that's gonna just get you launched out, but I think for 99% of the time, this is gonna be more than enough to get you out into traffic, onto the highway, kind of merging out, it works just fine. Now, like I said, on the exterior of the Black Edition, this one gets a little bit different styling. As you'll notice, the mirror caps are going to be blacked out. As well, the entire roof is going to be black, and that kind of rolls into the rear spoiler at the back of the vehicle. That's also added into this model. Now, you do get some black wheels with this one, and with the red, I think this is called infrared, and it does look pretty cool, kind of all blacked out, just gives it that little bit of extra sportiness. Now, there is the Mirage G4, and then you're gonna have your regular Mirage. So the big difference, this is the 4-door sedan. So it is kind of a different model, yet there is gonna be some pretty much similarities between the two. Now, as far as the Mirage is concerned on the exterior, the 4-door, I thought when I hopped in the back seats, it was gonna be really tiny. But you know what? It's pretty surprising. Where I drive at 6'1", I still had room back there. Even in some crossover or compact SUVs, I have a really hard time fitting in the back seats, but I was almost laughing when I jumped in. You got the little armrest you can put down, you got headroom, you got plenty of knee space back there, and I wasn't doing movie magic by moving the camera. There's actually room in this little car. Now, what else is cool? The trunk space was pretty surprising. I had my camera gear back there. I kind of left in the floor mats so you could kind of see what's going on. But I mean, it's a big little car. It's the biggest little car I think I've ever driven. And I love driving a little car because it's almost hilarious when you park in a spot because it seems like you have so much room on the side just because this vehicle is pretty small, but makes it really easy. Maybe you're living downtown, you got a tight parking spot. This car with the backup camera, it's very clear. You can see exactly where you're going, and you got plenty of room on both sides just because of how small it really is. Now, from the driver's seat, what about the ride and drive? It's not bad. It's just a sporty little fun car. Like I said, you're not breaking any speed limits really behind the wheel. If you're just going A to B, but you want something that gets great fuel economy, yet there's a lot of safety and technology in here. There is some added safety like a lane departure warning system. So I don't know, if you kind of sway out of your lane a little bit, you might not hear it, but it will beep at you just to notify you when you do have that lane departure on that maybe you should be paying attention. Maybe you did look at your phone saying something to the kids in the back, it will beep there. So on our steering wheel, this is actually a leather wrap steering wheel. It's got some of the gloss black in here. It does look pretty good, and it's got the red stitching in this particular one that is pretty sporty. Now on the left side of the wheel, when I have my Apple CarPlay in, I can actually click that button and that pops up Siri right away. So that again is very safe, makes it really easy when I'm on the go, so I'm not even thinking about touching my phone. And just above that, you have the volume controls. You can kind of skip through your tracks or your different modes, going between FM or your CarPlay. That's pretty cool. So one other thing in here, as you work your way up through the trim level, you can add the push button start with the keyless entry, so you wouldn't have to take the key out of your pocket or purse. This one still does get the physical key, but you get the automatic climate control. So you set the temperature, you hop in, just click auto, makes it really easy, you don't have to think about it. That's kind of really what I feel like this car is all about. If you're looking for something A to B, something easy, something that's not going to be tough on the wallet, what a perfect little car. And that is what brings me to my next point. So the MSRP on this vehicle, this particular one is just a little bit over $20,000. There is pretty much nothing on the market for $20,000 as a brand new vehicle. And the other thing that is really impressive is the Mitsubishi warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Plus, you're going to get complimentary maintenance with this vehicle and a 5-year unlimited mileage roadside assistance. So if something goes wrong, you need a little bit of help, for 5 years, you're pretty much driving this car without a worry in the world, a couple years of maintenance covered, and then you still have 10 years and 100,000 miles on the powertrain. So that's a pretty awesome warranty, and Mitsubishi really puts in the fact that they're pretty confident this little 1.2 liter is going to last you a long time and be very efficient and reliable along the way. So I think the ride and drive is great. I mean, you just hop in, put it in drive, and you're going. There's nothing overcomplicated. I like the addition of the Apple CarPlay in here, some of the safety features to keep you and obviously if your family in the vehicle is very safe. It's easy to drive, it's light on the road, the steering is nice, there's kind of some roundabouts here. I mean, I can't think of anything besides maybe if you need a little bit more speed, but like I said, at 41 miles to the gallon, this little thing just scoots along, can get you where you're going. It's got plenty of space, whether you're going to the grocery store, putting all the stuff back there, going away for a long weekend. This would be an awesome little road trip car or just day-to-day use. So I think if you're in the market, maybe even you're thinking about a crossover SUV or something a little smaller, but those typically only get about 20 or 30 miles to the gallon, where this can get you 41 mpg and gives you plenty of tech and safety when you're behind the wheel. I think the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 is definitely one to add to the list. Come out, take for a spin, and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and drive at the Mirage G4. Now if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.